This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Corielli and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show, baby. We are back. Sebastian Maniscalco on the other end. Let's get at it, guy. This is just the fun of the week for me these days. Not that it always wasn't anyway, but you're already on lockdown, Sebastian Maniscalco, right? Didn't I read California's already locked down for 3 weeks?
Again, I don't know what lockdown means. I don't know what the difference between today is and last Wednesday, because I'm not out and about anyways. But, yeah, I mean, doing these casts on a Monday, it really listen, as far as I'm concerned, there really hasn't been a weekend for me for 15 years. Like, you know how people go, oh, it's Monday, right?
Right, yeah.
Haven't had that feeling in 15 years. To me, every day is almost like a weekend, right?
Yeah. But,
I mean,
but don't you find sometimes the people around you, that's their mentality? So sometimes I find, like, my wife, for example, is abundantly more relaxed and ready to roll on a weekend. The kids out of school, people around you, I don't know. But I hear you. I know what you're saying. If anything, if Saturday means work for us for our whole lives.
But yeah, pretty much. Like the weekend was work, but it's not even, you can't even call it work because it's fun.
No.
And we love what we do. So, today's Monday. I was going to say, hey, doing this thing on Monday makes Mondays so much more bearable. But fucking Monday's like a Thursday.
I'm not going to lie to you. I was looking out the window just today. It's amazing how we have some of the same thoughts, And I was thinking about, because I just had a writing project I had to hand in, and I was looking out the window thinking, like, man, I fucking skated through. We've been skating through life. We really have. We really worked ever. I mean, most of the shit I've done, I would have done for free. But I need the money. But it's like, you think about people out there, like, people work hard. I mean, we took a big risk. That's what we did. We were in our 30s. I remember when I met you, you still were getting more successful, but you hadn't popped. We were making livings, but still. Men that were in college, women in college with us, they were looking at us like, what the fuck are you doing, knock guy? Right?
You took the wrong route, guys. I had buddies they're buying their second house already, buying like another home. They sold the first starter home, and then now they're getting a bigger home.
Oh,
they got the kids, the 10-year-old kids. And I'm in a bus in Toronto with you.
That's right, man. And I mean, with no sign of work beyond 4 months.
No.
None. And that's just how we lived our lives. I remember one time my brother-in-law goes, I don't even know if this factory will be open next year, that where he works. And I turn to Jackie and go, I'm not even booked past March. This is how we lived our lives. So it's the risk, baby, putting it out there.
It's it, man. The risk definitely paid off. So it's a Monday. It's November 30th. I know you're hearing this on a Saturday. But let me start with, well, first of all, what's going on downstairs is ridiculous. Lana and I had a discussion in regards to Christmas decor. Now, I know you and Jackie probably do all your own decorations. You put up your own lights. There's no company and or assistance in decor at your house, which is lovely. It's how I grew up. We put up the tree. We put up the decor. My father would swear up and down that he had to get up in the attic to get the damn decorations out.
Yeah.
We had a tree that was fake tree. 18 years we had this damn thing. We'd wrap it up in a trash bag and put it up in the attic every year, right?
Yeah, fully put together. So all you had to do is bring it down, take the bag off, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, the ornaments were off, right?
Yeah, everything was off. But, sometimes they pull the branches off. This thing was just a full 8-foot tree. We put it on its side, 2 hefty bags on each side, a lot of rope, and we threw it up there. Now, over the course of time, after throwing it up in the attic, the thing started to bend. So my dad literally had to take a rope and tie it to the railing to keep this tree straight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fast forward. Excuse me. Fast forward 2020.
Bless you.
Now, no, thank you. So we started. This started. Jesus, I'm gonna say about 8 years ago.
Jolly Trolley trees, right? Jolly Holly.
That's
trees.
it. Holly Jolly
Holly.
lights, right?
All right.
This is where
season one of the Pete and Sebastian cast.
Yeah. So that's where this started, where we hired college kids to come and put lights up on our house during the holidays. All right. Now, we also went and got a real tree at this place here in Los Angeles that's very popular. But I got to get into this because it got me so listen, I knew what to expect, but every year I go there, I get hot. By the way,
yeah,
we were talking a few weeks ago about the element in a bait shop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That same element is working at one of these pop-up tree lots.
Yeah.
Across the country, right?
Yeah. These guys like come from Vermont and Canada with all the trees, right? And then they camp out. That's what they do in the city. And then you ever see these Hallmark fucking Lifetime movies where they got the guy doing that, but he looks like Matthew McConaughey with a gruff beard, and he's down from Vermont. He's always perfectly clean, sipping eggnog with silver bells playing. I mean, I want to fuck him before I get my tree. You know what I'm saying? Where's that guy?
They got beautiful Christmas music. He comes out. He's happy.
Yeah,
bro. You go to this tree lot, and I saw a few ankle bracelets. You know what I'm saying?
I do, bro. That's a good gig. And listen, man, fish in the summer, sell trees in the winter. It ain't great, but it ain't prison. I work on a lobster boat in the summer, and I sell trees on Sunset Boulevard in the winter. That's it. I hear you, dude. I'm telling you. And what are they up to now, man? They're jacking them. What are these things? Dripping gold? Fuck. Well, pardon me. That one had to be said.
You got a real tree, right?
This year we're getting a real one. Actually, last year the past couple we had was an artificial, but we're going real this year.
Okay. Do you know how many feet you're getting?
We're gonna get about 7.5 to 8 feet. Guy, keep in mind, I'm gonna pass 10 trees I could cut down before I get to the tree place. Where I live, they can't rate me over here. I'll be like, I'll go out of your parking lot and cut the one down I saw right before I pulled in. I live it,
All right, so the supply and demand is a lot different in Fredonia than in Los Angeles,
exactly.
Right?
We even have a place here actually where you can bring your own saw. And it's cheaper, and it's supposed to be fun. You go out into their field, and you cut yours down yourself. I ain't doing that plan. That's a little too Paul Bunyan.
Well, I mean, my buddy just did that in Illinois. He's got a place about an hour and a half outside where he lives. They hook the whole family. He brings his saw. They $156. They strap it to the roof of their car, and they bring it home Griswold style.
Oh, nice. Meanwhile, you need a police escort with the amount of cash that you got to bring, right? And they only take cash because they don't have bank accounts. Because as you mentioned, the aforementioned ankle bracelets. Hard to open up an account at Chase after coming out of Attica.
Oh my God, is this on?
I love when he does the lean over. Shit.
Man. Is this on? Okay, yeah, it's on.
Yeah, they got you in LA for the trees, no doubt, man.
Oh man. So we walk in. It's outside, it's in a parking lot. They got a tent, and under the tent they got all these trees. Now, we took the kids and we're walking around, and Serafina wanted to pick out the tree. Now we're looking for a 12-footer.
Oh,
okay.
Shit, you're looking for a hotel lobby tree, guys.
Yeah, I had to go into the commercial section for the tree.
Yeah, it's you and the manager at a fucking Marriott shopping together for trees.
Oh man.
The commercial section.
Oh my god. So
Yeah.
So we're looking, and she picks one out. It actually was a really nice tree. I was really shocked that she picked it out for a kid. You know, like because you want that like fullness. We like a full tree, not too fat, but not skinny where you could see through it. But she picked out a really nice one, and we had a guy helping us. And then Lana said,
But you know, honestly though, it's like a dog. When my daughter picked out a dog, you're letting her pick out the dog, but if she picks the wrong fucking dog, you're like, she picked the right tree, but if she picked the tree that you didn't like, but you say, oh, I guess we're going with that one, you're like, come here, kid, let's talk this through.
with the amount of money we're dropping on this thing, we're getting the right one.
Yeah, you're just saying conveniently she picked the right one. Yeah.
So let me sidestep here and tell you, as we're walking through, on the left-hand side, I'm seeing a bunch of trees behind a fence, and they're tagged already. Johnson family. And I'm like, oh, man. And there were a lot. So this is the Friday after Thanksgiving, and I'm looking, I go, when did these people come in and put a dib on this thing? Like they already picked out their tree, and it's waiting to get delivered. Now, let me ask you this. Off the top of your head, or do you know, how long does a real Christmas tree last in your home?
I don't know. I was asking Jack that the other day. 3.5 weeks?
5 weeks.
5 weeks, man. Not the shit ones I've ever gotten. I just
5
bang my
weeks.
ass on it after 3 days and got a forest floor.
You got to take care of it, though. You got to water this thing. Because from talking to this guy there, he's like, listen, you got to water this thing every day. They're drinking a lot of water, these things. So he was talking about it like he had a litter of puppies, you know. I go, you know, it's a tree, right? So you ever see like what other people picked out, and you start getting nervous because you like what's tagged, and then you start looking at the rest of the trees that aren't picked out yet, and you're like, I almost wanted to go, I'll pay you a little bit extra for this one. You tell that Johnson family.
Found the owl's nest in the middle of that bitch when we were wrapping it up for you. I hear you, bro. Well, I can't speak to the tree, but I know anything in life when I get there and a bunch of people already got it or they're online, I always tell Jackie, we're getting the shit.
we're getting the bottom of the basement. So I'm thinking to myself, but we're here. Hey, Christmas is December 25th. We're here on the 7th.
It's unbelievable. It was a late Thanksgiving this year. It seemed like it came late in the month, but
it did come late. But this is the sign of the pandemic that people got nothing to do.
That's it.
My mother had her tree up on November 20th. The whole house was decorated, and she wrapped the gifts already. She's ready already. She's sipping hot cocoa, waiting for us to come over to open up gifts already. This woman.
That's it. Everybody is pushing it forward. They're trying to put the lights up. Jackie's friend did. She's like, I'm so bummed out. I put my Christmas lights up already. I mean, do they make people? And if they make you that much happy, why don't people just keep them up all year round? You know why? Because they got like a 2-week shelf life. So by like December 14th. These people are going to be, just bummed out, staring at the lights, and it's not working. It's too soon. You can't, the lights can only do so much.
But that's true. But to that point, if you took the opposite of it, the amount of work and effort that goes into putting the lights up, putting the tree up, doing all this stuff, and it for only the last 2 weeks is a shame.
Sure,
so,
it is.
Yeah, so you figure,
It is.
hey, if I'm going to get a tree, I might as well get it now and enjoy it for 4 weeks rather than 2 weeks or a week. Some people go get the tree, and I don't know if this was in the 50s, but some people go get the tree Christmas Eve, and they put it up on Christmas Eve, right?
Oh, yeah, I lost you there for a second. Yeah, no, we did that one year, actually, in New York City. We thought we would get a deal. I may have told you this on the cast. We're like, Jackie and I, because my mother grew up in an Irish family with 7 brothers and sisters, and my grandfather was a fire chief and then the fire commissioner on Long Island, so he loved his drink and, all that kind of stuff. And every Christmas Eve, my father-in-law, my mom would say that my grandfather, every Christmas Eve, he'd go to the firehouse, they'd have a party, he'd get, have a few, come home at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night on Christmas Eve with the tree, and sauced up with my grandmother, just the two of them, would put up a tree and wrap gifts for 7 kids.
Jeez.
Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's insane. Eve. So one year, Jackie and I were like, let's buy a tree Christmas Eve. We had no kid, obviously. We're alone in the city. It'll be fun. And I go, plus we'll get the tree cheaper because the guys, what is he going to do? Drive home with the tree, to Vermont?
Yeah.
Fucking opposite happened, man. Tree was going for like 65 all week. I go to get it, and it's up to 70. And I go, these trees in this pile was 65. I go, I'll give you 50. I mean, it's Christmas Eve. And he's like, they're 70 now. And he goes, and they're going up quicker. And I'm like, what are you going to do? Drive home with them? And he goes, what are you going to do? Have no tree? Fuck. I called my bluff. I got one while I was still 70, bro. Oh, shit. It was like poker. This guy called my hand, bro.
Oh, man. So,
but now it's all right. The minute Thanksgiving is over, it's go time. It's go time.
Yeah, we're up and running. So we're at the place now. A lot of people don't know what this is. I didn't know what it was, but I had seen it. But do you know what flocking the tree means?
Only because of you telling us on a previous cast.
Okay, so for the listeners that are new, flocking a tree means they put like a substance on the tree that mimics snow. So it looks like the tree's got snow on it. So sometimes we do this, sometimes we don't. This year we opted to do it again. So I said,
listen, it's a pandemic year. I'm putting every light up, flock it, bro. Everything you got. It's full bore Christmas. It's true. We need every light.
That's the exact approach we have taken with this Christmas because, as you said, it's a pandemic. I got 2 kids. These poor kids have been locked in the house for 9 months, going nowhere and whatnot. So, not nowhere, but, they haven't had the opportunity to play with a lot of their friends, no school, the whole thing. So, Lana's like, we should really make the house a winter wonderland. Now.
Yeah. Wow.
Here's where we hit the crossroads, right? My winter wonderland is a lot different than Lana's winter wonderland, right?
Oh, yeah. If I was a kid, I guarantee you I'd want Lana's winter wonderland. I can't wait to hear Lana's. I got an ice rink in the kitchen.
Oh, God. Now, let me take you back to the tree lot. Lana goes, it would be fun if we got Serafina and Caruso a tree. Now, my upbringing kicks in here.
Yeah.
Right? Because growing up, we had, like I said, the one tree, and no, we didn't have individual trees, right?
No, we only had 2 trees. Eventually, when the original tree became the shit tree, so instead of throwing it out completely, my mother said, "We'll put the shit tree in the, you'll see it from the other room driving by." So, but yeah, we always had just 1 tree.
Okay. Our shit tree was our real tree.
That thing made it all 20 years, man. That's great. That's great, dude.
So I go, oh, come on.
Shit tree was a real tree. So you're going to get a second real tree maybe for the kids?
2.
1 each?
1 each. Now, we go to the small tree area. And Sarah's like, oh, look at this. About 5-footer. It's a 5-footer. right?
Yeah.
And Caruso goes to this little mini 2-foot tree. Really cute, right? So I was like, let's get him. Now, you ever in a scenario where you got a salesperson there and your wife, this might not happen with your wife because your wife is, asking for quarters out of the donkey machine or whatever. Right?
all these grocery cart. Thank you very much. Continue. Donkey machine.
Well, my wife reacts totally visually and in the moment, and I act financially. Like I'm very practical about things. So I go over to the trees. I don't see a 5-foot and a 2-foot. I look at the fuck. How much is 5? I'm doing math, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even know what they're tagging me for the 12-footer, right? I don't even know what the cost is going to be.
Right.
I know, but I don't know. I've never gotten a 12-footer. I think the biggest I've ever got was 10. So, all right.
Oh, this is the biggest one you ever got. Then you got to ask, does Lana want to flock the kid trees too? Then you got to ka-ching that in there.
I already was there.
Oh wow.
I was at the register already. In my head, I was at the register.
Yeah. Maybe you might have got a little throw with the tax, but give or take a couple bucks, you could tell the cash register person what you owe before she rings it up, right? I love it.
I mean, it's amazing how the math, how quickly it's done, though.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there with Lana. She's like, "Let's get," and then she's like, "Oh, we should flock the Serafina's tree." And she asked Serafina, what color? So she asked the guy, what colors can you flock the tree? He's like, well, we could do pink, we could do blue, we could do purple or whatever. And Serafina's like, pink. And I go, babe, and you ever slightly kind of on the side in front of a sales person, you go, babe, like, you don't say, babe, it's going to be too much or whatever.
Yeah.
But you just do, I just did this. It was a quick... And, I was like, did she pick that? Like, the thing with my wife is she doesn't pick up, like, quick. Hold on. She doesn't pick up quick, like, like if you did this to me, I go, okay, forget it.
All right.
But my wife is like, well, like what's this? What do you mean, what's this?
Right.
It's too much.
Were you okay with the tree? Was it the pink flocking that was making you finally go, now we gotta no flocking? Or were you doing a shutdown on the whole tree when you were rubbing the fingers?
It was more like let's shut it down on first of all, listen, I didn't want the kids to get the 2 trees because I don't want to have them be. I don't want them to be spoiled. Like I just right. it's just but in the your kids and you're like, oh, it would be fun, and then anyway.
I'm with you. Bring him down. You look at the one we have. You and your brother, you get together.
But
I mean,
I'm gonna have to explain to you why we have to get the 2 trees here. Mm-hmm. Okay. We got a team coming in to decorate this 12-footer, right? Now,
right. Oh.
There's a whole theme on the tree. Like,
I got it, man. Look, no one's putting homemade fucking popcorn on string around this fucking tree for the price we paid for it, all right? We'll go give you something you can fuck up in your room. I got you, bro. Loud and clear.
We ain't putting the ornament I made in 2nd grade on the tree that's $1,000, right? Like,
absolutely. Oh, but we don't want to take away the experience of dangling your artwork from a branch. So we're gonna buy you this little twig and put it in your room.
Oh God!
Oh man, I love it. Oh, God, it's so funny because sometimes Sadie will put something up from school, and in my head, I'm like, fucking just tank the whole tree with that shit thing.
Yeah. We're not putting a paper plate smiley face up on the tree.
Yeah, because you painted a snowman on a rock. I'm not dangling it from my tree. Exactly. Paper plate snowman. That's the classic, bro. Hilarious. Oh, gosh. So that makes total sense. Now, anyone listening to this has to think, all right, that makes total sense.
I would hope so. And again, this is Lana. On the flip side of this, we had a huge discussion in regards to how much did we want to spend on decorations and lights. Now, listen, guy, I don't do lights. Okay, and I've tried to do lights. They look like crap. They really do. All right,
we don't do them here. We just do wreaths. It's too much work.
Okay, but we have some like columns outside, and Lana wanted them wrapped, and we wanted the kids' windows lights. So all right, we went to the. But then, man, and I gotta tell you, this always happens. I'm always against the decor, and I'm always trying to shave off items to reduce the price. But once the stuff comes, I start going, this is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason for it all, man. Absolutely. The money.
My wife, listen, the money's the money, whatever. It's just what's going on right now downstairs. A mall. A person who ran a mall back in the day, not so much now because malls are going out of business.
Yeah.
But if a person who ran the mall came in and looked at what's going on in my living room, they'd go, we'd like this at our mall.
Oh, my God. It's going down right now?
It's going down right now.
How exciting for you when you go down. It's all going to be so much further along. God. You're like... You're almost in a movie about a Christmas movie. You know what I mean? I love those kind of movies where it's all happening. Can you get out of the way, sir? We're coming through with a box. Sorry, right? It's fucking nice.
It's funny because there's two women here, and actually the woman did our wedding, so we've known her for 7-8 years. There's an excitement and a different energy in the house when. Just even two people are there's a mailbox, Lana had the woman make that says naughty or nice on it and express to the North Pole, and she's going to have the kids, write what they want and put it in the mailbox. Nice. And then it's just, there's candy canes. There's like a little road, Caruso's Lane this way.
Wow.
It's just
awesome.
It's just
man.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So,
do you do Elf on the Shelf?
Yeah, that's gonna start. I think 12 days out. That's gonna start.
I never did that one. And Sadie sometimes says friends did it, and how come we didn't? And it's like I can't go because that thing's not real. But that's the route I eventually went. I'm like. It's good. I go, it's just Santa doesn't do that. Santa just does this. I don't know what to say, but people add shit, and then all of the kids start doing it, and then I got to explain to my kid why she's not getting that thing. But I'm not caving in for the Elf on the Shelf. I mean, how did that...
Nah, I don't know. It started, someone wrote a book about it. Next thing you know, there's things in every house. Listen, I was against it too, but again, I got a wife too. She hides the thing, and the way she, makes it look it's just unbelievable. Anyway,
can you see your house from the road?
No.
All right.
No one's seeing this, but my family. That was some of my arguments. Saying, I go, babe, we got nobody coming over. Pandemic. What the hell do we have candy canes in the living room for? She's like, well, for the kids, so they wake up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
So I was being a Scrooge about it, but anyway, it's a lot of money. But I'm figuring, what, fuck it. What am I gonna do at this point? I'm trying not to I can't win.
Yeah.
So I just step aside and just let the train roll right through.
That's it, man. It's time. Jackie's actually. It's funny. We had the same thing as like your father because I just finished bringing down everything from the attic today, all of it. You know. So then she's starting to take it out, and she goes, "I guess I'm doing this alone." And I'm like, "I brought it all down, man." I brought it all down. So, but we have this giant evergreen tree. I'd say it goes about 40 feet, you know, not too high that I'm afraid to go to the top of it if I lean a ladder. And I wanted to just go out and get a ton of white lights and fire up the whole thing. And she's like, "Oh, it's such a lot of work. Do you really want to do that? You're going to hate taking them down." So I'm on the fence about it, but I feel like if I just took the time and did it, once it fires up like, Griswold, I'd be like all smiles.
If you got a gardener that comes by?
Gardener? I'm talking to him. How can I help you?
Soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, you know, what the fuck did I just say?
That's a fucking gardener. That's what anyone would say in my town. Gardener. We're all gardeners, guy.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, yeah, we're going to... So it's time to get it going. Do you put up any mistletoe?
You know, mistletoes weren't a tradition in my house. To answer your question, no, but I don't know what Lana has in store. There was a mistletoe one year, but that's the year I think we had that party. It's always cool to have a mistletoe, I think, when you have a party. It's a little bit more interactive, but
Not true.
No, I don't have a mistletoe as of now, but who knows? After this cast, I could walk in the living room and there might be one hanging from my from my bedroom ceiling.
So listen, while we're on the subject of Christmas, what should we not do it this year? I mean, I don't, you get these very generous gifts and it's a pandemic, so we don't have to do any exchanging this year.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's up to.
I mean, I got something for the kids. That's just what of course, but.
I didn't even go into I got to do that this week. That's on my list of things to do is a Christmas list. I haven't even thought about it.
All right.
I haven't even thought about it, but I want to. This brings up a topic of conversation. I want to get into it.
What's up?
During the pandemic, this thing started in March, and obviously I'm not touring, and the money that I was going to make touring isn't at all equal to what the money I've kind of made over the last 9 months doing whatever, corporate Zooms or whatever money that's coming in. It's not what it used to be, right? But thankfully, over the course of the last 9-10 years, I've been smart with my money and saved it, right? Now, during this pandemic, have you ever looked at people and they're not working and go, how the fuck are they surviving? Like, I'll give you an example. I was thinking about you guys. Not that you're poor and destitute at all. Right. But I'm saying you don't have any work coming in, right?
No, I had a couple shows canceled, yeah.
Okay. Jackie don't work, right?
No.
So I would surmise that you and Jackie, over the course of your life, were very smart with your money and almost have been planning for a pandemic since 2005. Am I right by saying that?
Yes. I can't believe you're saying that because the way I save in my head when I think about my finances, and like you said, before the pandemic, this is how I do in my head. I go, my current lifestyle, if everything, I had no job or nothing tomorrow, how many years could I go like this? And I'll even come to Jack and go, Jack, what we're doing right now, we could just live this life for this amount of years. And I could just do nothing. And she's like, well, what would you do, Pete? You just fucking would stare at each other? I'm just saying I could. So, yeah. But we're dipping into those years now, guys. We weren't supposed to dip into them right now.
I know. We're dipping in early.
Yeah, man. It'd be fucking... Oh, God. Who knows what we'd be unloading a fish truck at 72. Hey, Corielli, we got another load of trout coming in on that rider truck. Oh, shit. I'll get my gloves, boss.
And a little side conversation. Yeah, that guy over there. Yeah, 30 years ago, this guy used to be doing comedy. Remember stand-up comedy? People used to go and you used to laugh at it. Yeah, no, they stopped doing that in 2020.
Shit. Oh man.
Well, my point is.
So anyway,
my point is, sometimes I'm like, just like friends and family. I'm looking around going, man, they must have saved a lot of money because they're out of work, or, I mean, it's just sometimes you look at other families and go, either how are they doing it, how are they surviving, or you're like, how much money? Like, I do it the other way. My neighborhood, they got construction going on left and right. That guy next door, he's adding 3,000 square feet. He's putting in a pool. I'm going, how much is this guy got in the bank?
Bro.
Where he's redoing his whole home.
People, that's the thing, At the beginning of this thing, I was like, we're all in this together. And now I'm like, people are thriving around me, man. Fucking thriving. You know what I'm saying? I know a guy who got a stimulus check, and he goes, I never lost my job, so my wife and I are putting in a patio with the stim check.
Okay. Did you get a stimulus check?
I got a credit card thing for like $600, and that's all I got.
Did you sign up for that?
The credit card thing? No.
Yeah, they just sent it out. They just sent it out.
I got to ask Jack. I think we didn't sign up for it, and then I think we were told to or something. I can't remember how it happened, but we finally got one card for like $600.
All right.
Thank you, by the way, for my card. You're the 1%ers. I'm sure you didn't get one.
No, but like to the remodel, like I would love to do. I'm doing this in my theater, right? And the theater is dated. I'd like to redo the theater, right? I'd like to redo. There's an area outside here that is going to be my podcast area. Like to do that, and there's like a little patio that I'd like to do. This is my fear about spending money during the pandemic and not knowing about the future. I feel if I give the go ahead to go, you know what? Let's do the whole thing. Let's make it nice and whatnot.
Right.
I feel that the day they start work and the day I put the deposit down, government's going to come out and go, no more live concerts or football or basketball till 2030. And I'm going to be like, hold up.
Stop flocking. Well,
do we have a receipt?
Yeah. But then you'll need the cash more than ever as far as shit, having something going on.
Oh, my God.
But it's funny you say that because I got, like, even with the writing show for Kevin, it's called The Crew, the sitcom. It's coming out soon, actually, which I look forward to plugging. But if Netflix gives a go-ahead for season 2, even that they would talk about us maybe writing remotely for a while, plus this flick thing I'm working on with somebody, it's like the minute these things kick in, if they do, knock wood, I have a pandemic list. Like I have things that I wanted to get. Like I had a guy come who's going to cut down 2 of my trees I needed for my grass. It's messing up I had to shut him down from the visit where we agreed on the price. And before he came and did it, I called him up. I'm like, Johnny, with the pandemic, it's not a good time for you to come. I put it on that I don't want him here with the virus out, but it was really like you said, you're going to drop $2,500 to get a tree cut down. I got no money coming in. I don't want to be starving with my wife looking at me going, we could have been eating right now. We're starving because of the tree. So I'm with you. So I got a whole list of things, man.
Oh, man. It's
do it yourself time, guy. Do it yourself time.
I'm telling you, but some of these people, the way they behave, I wish I had that mindset of like, it's all right, it's temporary, we'll be back up and running, and you'll make that money back. But I am behaving like there will be no more work for the rest of my life in regards to stand-up comedy. That's what my mindset. Whatever I got to make it last until I'm 95. That's where I'm at right now.
Well, sell that house, come live in Fredonia. You can last till you're 95,000.
Oh shit! Oh my god! So
they say there's a big boom going on now. I mean, even where I live, they're like houses aren't staying on the market, but everywhere, because a lot of companies are telling their employees, you know what? Even when this does clear, you don't have to come back. You can work from wherever you're from. So it's starting to get interesting, man. I mean, as far as people scattering.
I just don't understand the economy. I mean, the stock market is at an all-time high, right?
Yeah.
People are out of work. Businesses are folding up left and right. Restaurants aren't open. Restaurants are closing. Retail's closing. How in the hell is the stock market I thought it would be in the toilet, but I mean, I just don't understand. I understand there was an influx of money given by the government, and now people have money to spend. I just don't like, if you print all that money, isn't there repercussions for that? And I'm not an economist, and I don't know, like, if you print 6 trillion, right?
right. Yeah.
What does that mean 10 years from now?
I'm talking to my brother the other day. It means, I go, does this mean like 10 years from now a Snickers candy bar is going to cost $45? And he goes, that's exactly what it's going to mean, because there's more money out there. So the value is worth less. That's like, what is the yen? You could remember when you're a kid, someone's like, oh, here, daddy went on a trip. Here's 500 yen. I'm like, 500 yen? Take me to Schwinn. But meanwhile, 500 yen is like a dime. Right? That's how old that economy is, right? They've been around forever. So that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, so, I'm just stunned at what I'm seeing. And again, I'm not smart enough to figure out why the economy is the way it is. I just go down the street in Los Angeles and the company I should have invested in is a board company, because that's all I see is boarded up businesses. I mean, I know. People who fucking, it looks like the town literally packed up and left. And they said, shut the shit down. I mean, there's boards everywhere.
Oh my God. Man, it's crazy out there, bro. And now, the big whole election in Georgia, just again, whatever anyone's voting for, like, I'm getting emails to say help. I'm like, wait a minute, help? I live in Fredonia. Isn't this a Georgia problem? People are flying to Georgia to get involved? What is going on, right?
I'm getting videos from a buddy back in Chicago. Pennsylvania recount. It's over.
Oh yeah, I know.
The Biden setting up the inauguration stands, and I got people who think Trump is still got a shot.
I know. They do the recounts and Biden gains more. That happened twice now. Well, you're right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying in Georgia, the Senate runoff elections, I'm getting emails to help. I'm like, what do you mean help? I don't live in Georgia. This is a Georgia vote. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I I know we haven't done Italian take in a while,
Yeah,
but
what
I
do you
put
got?
together just a couple, if you have any interest, a couple
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, am I throwing us off? Maybe we don't need to get into this shit.
No. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, by
Do
the
it.
way, because I only noticed it because I wrote this one. Did you see Biden twisted his ankle playing with his dog?
Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't read the whole story though, but I know what it took him to the hospital.
Yeah, foot cast for like a bunch of months. Now, he's not even in yet, guy. He's already in a foot cast. Okay. Kamala Harris is like, oh God, this is going to be easier than I thought. She's looking at her husband like, I thought this was going to be a problem, but he's already in a foot cast. So, I mean, if you were the president, and especially if you were that age and you knew all this was going on, you come into Lana with a twisted ankle. You're president-elect, as they say. You walk that off, or do you say, get the car, take me to the hospital, I need a foot cast?
I think at the age of 78, when you do anything that could possibly result in injury, you're automatically going to the hospital. It's in this again. We talked about this on a couple casts ago. Where are the guys or women in their 30s, 40s, 50s running like Obama? Like him or not, you know, if this guy was playing with his dog and stepped wrong on his foot, he's so nimble, he would have popped back up and caught the sprain before it even happened. Obama was doing full court basketball pickup games. This guy was up and down.
Yeah.
I want a guy in office that is in his 40s and is in top physical condition because the job is such a stressful job. You gotta have an outlet for that stress, whether it be lifting weights.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Well, Biden got nothing. Trump had nothing. I mean, again, I'm not talking policy. I'm talking just physical fitness here.
Physical.
And age.
Right.
You give me a guy in there. Listen, we got to revamp this whole thing. I need a guy in there in the office that if the paparazzi takes a photo of him on vacation without his shirt off, I want to go, that's the body I want.
Oh, wow. All right. So you want a real... All right. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't need my president to be in that kind of shape. I just need, like... All I know is if I was, like, a world leader, like you Putin, and, like, you're on that red carpet, and, like, the limo's pulling in, and the president's getting out, and you know when someone gets out of a car, and, like, you see the foot first, you know, like you... And you see a foot cast. Right away in your head, you're like, I gotta walk all over this fucking guy. Oh, here we go. He comes shuffling up the red carpet at the Kremlin. Oh, God.
Well, here, let's, and I'm going to really show you how bad my knowledge of history is. But I'm gonna throw. I think I know this, but I'm gonna throw it in your court to see if you know.
Right.
At one point, we had a president in a wheelchair.
I know. Yes.
Who was that?
Roosevelt.
Okay, Roosevelt was in a wheelchair, right? And
Right.
What did he have? Polio? What did he have?
I believe it was polio, yes, which they tried to like hide a lot. And there was, I think it was no TV yet. It was just radio too.
Okay, well, I mean, look at this. President in a wheelchair.
Right. But
So
here's my thing with that. He's in the wheelchair. He's had polio his whole life. So he's dealing with that. And the last thing he wants is any kind of sympathy, let alone pity for that. That's what made him such a great man. Anyone with like a sprain or temporary injury, oh, they're going to be talking about it. You know, it's listen,
no, I think
I'm
you're
doing
right.
a comedy show with you, but I'm just saying, I see someone in a foot cast. I'm like, oh, here we go with the foot. Would you twist it? I mean,
Twist it. Hey, could you sign it?
if you were going to meet somebody I take the cast off and I put on a boot. And if the ankle's more damaged after the hang with the person, I'll deal with that. I'll double the time in the foot cast. But I don't, you know what I'm saying? Biden's already ready to. He thinks all these. It's more of a man to show that I need a foot cast or that I need. And I'm more of a no. A man doesn't let anyone see him in a foot cast. This is all edit.
Listen,
Let's fucking move on.
well, the whole mind thing that he injured it playing with his dog, right?
Yeah,
Is that the whole thing?
that's what he says. I think he injured it, taking his 17th piss of the night, getting up. He stubbed it on the end of the bed. Hey, you want the job? Take the heat, baby. All right. I'm done with that. But yes, playing with his dog.
Playing with his dog, and they were bitching at Trump that he didn't have a dog. He was like the first president in the House that didn't have a dog, and they're like, oh,
Because he didn't want to twist his ankle playing with it and get in the way of running the world.
That's what I was saying. Listen, I don't want the guy playing fetch when he could be sitting down with foreign affairs, right? I mean, come on.
Dude, I have a dog now. And I said to Jackie 2 days ago, Jack, listen, I can't sit with you and Sadie for breakfast. I got to take the dog and walk her because I have a lot to do today. I barely had time to play fetch with my own dog. This guy's about to take over the world. And he's throwing a fucking tennis ball in the backyard in Delaware. I just, here we go. Oh, shit. Am I wasting everybody's time with this shit?
No,
I got something better.
Come on.
There's a guy, I got to ask you about this.
Yeah.
Out of Kazakhstan, bodybuilder. And he married, and we've seen this kind of thing before, one of those lifelike adult dolls that you can make love to. You know, they're becoming more and more realistic. They're up to like 10 grand for these dolls.
Yeah.
Otherwise, normal guy marries it, you know, even had a courtship with it for 8 months. Bizarre story. I read it in the Post. But here's the thing. Had a wedding, and his friends and family came. Italian take. You got someone in your life, or Lana's got a relative. Crazy. I know it's crazy, but they fell in love with a doll, and they're having a wedding, and you're invited. Do you not go because it's a doll and it's bizarre? Or do you, if they're treating it real, I'll go and I'll respect that?
Two-prong answer. Number one, we ain't going, right? We ain't going to this thing.
How can you, right? That's
for the cast. I would go.
I think I would go too, just to be able to. But on the other hand, it's like, does that make you a weirdo for even being a part of it? Does that make you?
Yeah. I mean, because sometimes you see some of these events, and then you see the people going to them, and you're like, who the hell would go to this thing?
Right.
But I would go out of just pure curiosity to see, does he walk down the aisle with her?
Right.
Does he have like his buddy walk the doll down the aisle and then give the doll, like the father, the bride?
Does somebody grab her chin and just push it up and down for an I do?
Oh man, I don't know, man. It's
bizarro, bro.
Listen, if your buddy of yours said, "Listen, I'm dating this doll," and you'd have to go, "What?" Like, I'm shocked that people around people like this don't go, "What the fuck you doing, guy?"
If you went to visit a friend and you saw like he had a doll on the couch and he's like, it's my girlfriend, and it's something people do now and emotionally attached to and stuff, I'd play cool, and then as soon as I leave, I'd call the parents. I'd be like, I don't know if you guys know, but your son, he went off the deep end. He's got a fucking doll.
I call the cops.
Well, you go straight to the cops, man. I mean, the bottom line, we're both on the same page that by the end of the day, he should be in a straitjacket. right? In a padded room, you know, and you know, I mean, Jesus, that's just, we just, things are just so accepted now. Bro, by the way, you know how I have the anonymous thing? It's a relief thing for me on Twitter where I use the fake name. Twitter is so sensitive now. I keep getting suspended for 12 hours. So, like, I say stuff, I respond to people. I don't like what they say, so I say mean stuff to them. And after, like, 3 of those, Twitter comes to me and says, you can only read people you're following, but the countdown starts now. And it shows a countdown, and you've been suspended for 12 hours. Only the fake name. But, like, how bouncy is that? They give you a timeout if you're mean to people. Because I'm cursing at people and saying not nice things. So, I mean, that's censorship, bro.
Totally. Oh, my God. You got a Twitter timeout.
Twice, yeah. I'm on one right now. It's up in 3 hours. I already knew who I'm attacking when I come back.
Oh my God!
Oh God!
You got another. You got another take.
What? What do you mean? Oh yeah. Okay. You probably read about this. The guy, you know, Maradona passed away. Rest in peace. Greatest I feel I've ever. Never saw Pele, but anyway, did you hear about the guy who worked at the funeral home? What he did?
No.
Oh, I even saw the photo. Caretaker, the guy who was making them up, took a selfie with Maradona on the table after he made them all up in the casket, and just like before he brought them up to the friends and family. But then he posted it on social media. People are outraged, obviously, you know, when he got fired and da-da-da. Now, obviously I wouldn't post it, but, man, picture you and the fan you are of Michael Jackson, but you're a loner and you're a caretaker at a funeral parlor in L.A., and miraculously, they brought Michael Jackson to you, and you're the one in the basement making him up nice for the funeral. You don't take yourself a selfie? Italian take. I mean, if Billy Joel was next to me, man, not only would I take a selfie with him, I'd put a fucking Heineken in his hand. So it looks like we're having a drink together before he goes to heaven.
You prop him up downstairs on a seat.
Prop him up. I put his right arm around me before I embalmed it, and it got too stiff, so we'll do a nice dangle. Slap a smile on his face. The smile that he didn't give me when he took a photo with me in real life.
Oh, oh my God. Actually, it's man, I don't know, man. Creep me out. I think it would creep me out. Although
I know, but it's like you're already an Undertaker guy. You're already a weird dude, man. How about this? How crazy is this? Do you think? And I'm riffing here, right? It's not like I wrote this shit down. If you took tweezers and pulled a pubic hair off of Maradona, do you think you could sell that online? Bro, they love him there. Shit, you tell me you got a pubic hair from Jesus, I'll give you 5, even during the pandemic.
Well, if you bought the pubic hair, right?
Right.
You put that in like a little glass case on your neck. As a conversation piece.
No, absolutely not. It's a glass case on the mantle, and yeah, it's a real showstopper. What's that? Diego Maradona's pubic hair. And they say your average pubic hair lasts 15 years, so there was a chance that was dangling from his nutsack during his last World Cup. Can we speak like that? We're comedians. That's our job.
Wait a minute. Is that true? Life of a pubic hair is 15 years?
No, bro. It's
Bro,
horrific,
man. I was like, I had to Google that. Oh, my God.
Oh, well, if that was true, then I had gray pubes when I was in 6th grade. Is that gray now? Oh, God, dude, what are we fucking talking about? Let's see. So you wouldn't do it. All right, fair enough. Oh, last one I got here, by the way, Rockefeller Christmas tree.
Yeah.
You know, you need a ticket this year to see it. That's de Blasio's way of trying to limit the amount of people that come see it. You have to buy tickets like as if you were going to a show or something.
How much? You know?
I don't know the price yet. That I haven't looked into. I just heard that they were doing that. But you know, do you go? Even if you can get the tickets and the time, or do you go? You know what? Let's just sit this one out. It's getting too weird.
Yeah, everything this year, I basically kind of wipe clean and go, man, can't do that this year. Or, you know, like, you just wipe it clean and go, we'll go back when it's free and everybody could enjoy it. You know, go down there and come on. It's just...
I agree. You don't even want to remember it like this, some of these things, you know?
No.
That's what's pretty good about Sadie, but great about your kids is at least, you know, knock on wood, this will end soon and they won't even remember this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely Caruso won't remember. But, you know, even Serafina's like, should I wear my mask? Put my mask on now? And I'm like, oh, God. Like, we went to the mall, outside mall, we're going into a store, and she's like, Daddy, should I put my mask on? Oh. And I'm like, oh, God. Oh.
I can do it. That's crazy. I was dropping Sadie off at school this morning, and I said, so Sadie, do you hate the mask, or are you used to it? And she's like, both. Used to it, but I hate it. Ugh.
Yeah, it's just hard to see kids in masks. I mean, when I see my kid in a mask, I just see her eyes, and I see this, like, thing. It's like you can't even see her smile, and it's just like, this shit. When's this thing gonna be over?
Yeah.
By the way, side note, as I'm looking at. By the way, I just got to show you this. See these
beanbag chairs? Is that what you're showing me? Yeah, nice ones.
They're called love sacks. And I gotta tell you, I'm not a beanbag guy. But this company sent us a couple. I can't get out of it. It's like once you get in it, you can't get out of it.
I got a couple beanbag chairs. How's a love sack different?
This is not a, like when you sit in the beanbag. It's beans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, you do a plop in there and.
No. This is a whole different thing.
You know what you do with those two? I do it with my beanbag chairs. It's unbelievable. Well, this part of it's white trash, but you know those things you get from like Home Depot? They got those for like $500. Your fireplace that you turn on. It's not a real fireplace, but it gives off heat.
Oh, yeah.
So I got one of those a few years back with a little Regan Christmas card gift. He gave me $500, so I got one of those upstairs. But I take the two beanbag chairs, and in the winter, sometimes in the middle of the day, I'll sit my ass in between them so my feet go over one beanbag chair and my back leans on the other one, and I put the fire on right next to me. Bro, you'll literally pass out in less than a minute. You'll be off to dreamland. Middle of the day, just a beautiful nap. Ass between the two sleep sacks. Dangle the feet over one, lean the back on the other, ass touching the carpet. I'm telling you, man.
All right, maybe I'll have to try that. But we were in here last night watching this HBO show called The Undoing. You see it yet? With
No.
Nicole Kidman.
Jackie can't wait to see it.
Oh, get fired up tonight. It's going to be your new favorite show.
We're dying to see that. That lady's an unbelievable actress, by the way. She's just insane.
Amazing.
She's just like, but I have written down here, so you know I'm not lying, dude. I don't know if you saw it. I have a show recommendation. It's consuming me. Have you seen? And I know I'm late to the game again, people. It's been on TBS, but it's on Netflix now. A show called Animal Kingdom, starring Ellen Barkin. She lives in, like, I think it's San Diego. She's got 4 sons, and they rob banks. They rob stuff. And they all live with her. Oh, my God, bro. I'm on season 2. She's got son Boz and Craig and Darren and Pope. And Pope just got out of prison. And then there's little Jay, and his mom just died. And Smurf is Ellen Barkin. Oh, bro, it's so good. I'm addicted. I lay in bed at night feeling like I wish I was in their family. Isn't that fucked up?
Wait a minute. Is this a series or a documentary?
Yes, it's a 6 or 8 seasons already. I think it's 6 seasons. I'm on season 2, so you can just binge it, man. Oh, it's
wow. Animal Kingdom?
Animal Kingdom. And when they do these robberies, my heart is pounding. I'm looking over at Jackie. I go, I feel like I'm in it. I feel like I'm part of it. And you know when you watch a show like Sopranos is another one, you like the bad guys so much that the cops become the bad guy. Like the cop is questioning him, and I'm looking at the cop like, you got nothing, motherfucker. You know, meanwhile, you got to remind yourself it's the good guy. God damn, so
man.
good, bro. Holy
Animal
shit.
Kingdom. No, I got to fire that up too, because I'm looking now, figuring out we're in another lockdown for 30 days. I got to fire up some TV shows here, because I haven't really watched anything. By the way, I want to see Tenant, which is a movie supposed to come out, I think, on pay-per-view December 15th. Speaking of pay-per-view, watch the Tyson Jones fight.
They fought already?
Yeah, Saturday night.
Oh, shit. Who won? Are you allowed to say and stuff?
Yeah, it was a draw, but I think Tyson won. The problem I had with the fight, for those of you who saw it, didn't see it, Roy Jones did a lot of, like, holding, because I felt like if he didn't hold him, Tyson was going to rip his head off. So every time Tyson got close to him, Jones would wrap him up, right? So, because I was looking for a knockout, like I was reliving 1986 in my head, like you were going to see Tyson come out and knock him out in the first round.
Yeah.
But Jones was definitely out of breath. You could tell he was labored breathing and whatnot. And I was looking at these guys, and Tyson, 54 years old. I mean, you got to give it to both of these guys for coming out at this age, 54 and 51, and doing this. But I'd rather see Tyson fight Tyson fight a guy who's in his 30s. You know, like
yeah. Well, I mean, when they probably planned this fight, did Roy Jones, you think Tyson was going to train like that? Like, you think he was calling him up, going, "Guy, I'm seeing video. What the fuck?" I mean, I just got back from surfing, and you're over there knocking your sparring partner out. What the?
No, like
scaring me, guy.
Yeah, Tyson like dropped 100 pounds. Tyson looked like he was going to fight for the title, and Jones was like, "This is just an exhibition."
Yeah, man, it's just
I barely
Green, you know, right? You're Hulk Hogan, I'm Stallone. Yeah, so that's what I feel, right? Did they get big money for that?
I don't know what they got. I think it was for charity, but I think there was some payment involved. I don't know. Star of the show, Snoop Dogg, was a commentator. And he was hysterical. I'm sorry, This guy was hysterical. As soon as they started fighting, he goes, "Oh man, this looks like 2 of my uncles fighting at a barbecue." I mean,
that's a great one.
That was great. And speaking of watching things, my last recommendation, and this was actually a recommendation from one of our listeners. I forget the guy's name. Sorry, but I took his reco. The Pretender. I think it's called The Pretender. The guy who thinks he's Rocky. Did you see that?
Oh, okay. I didn't see it. I had heard about that from the listener of the cast. Yeah.
It's on Amazon. It's a quick watch. Now, I thought going into this, I was like, "Oh, this guy thinks he's Rocky Balboa. This is another straitjacket, right?"
Yeah.
So I'm watching this guy, and he literally loves Rocky Balboa in the movie so much. Not only Rocky, but anything Stallone did. And I had this too when I was like a kid. You ever watch like Stallone and Rocky 3 and go, oh my God, this guy, and start doing his exercises? Like I was doing the one-handed push-up. I was doing that thing where he had his leg, that ab thing where he had his legs come down. You know, like I was trying to mimic Stallone. So much so where I love that sweater he had. I think it was in 3 or was it 4? He had that beautiful beige sweater. We've talked about this many a times where he's rolling around with Adrian in the weeds and that montage.
Yeah. I tried to pick turtleneck part to it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just a beautiful kind of hand woven sweater that, you know, I was looking for that for years. Yeah. But I grew out of that. It was like you saw the movie and this guy didn't grow out of it. This guy's got every outfit Stallone wear. This, you know, when Get Carter came out, Stallone had the goatee and the silver suit.
Yeah.
There's pictures of this guy with a goatee and a silver suit. So anything Stallone did, this guy was doing. Uh-oh. Now, you fall in love with this guy.
Really?
I thought going in, I was like, I was going to be bothered.
Oh, saddened by the weirdness, right?
Yeah. But he's married, which I found shocking. Like, do you know how specific a woman you got to find where you go, sometimes I slip into Rocky Balboa. Like he'll be talking and he's driving the car and he's like, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm me, but you know, sometimes and he's like he starts doing Stallone and Rocky, right?
I got to see this because that's disturbing to me, man. That's disturbing.
You would think it would be, but he loves Stallone so much, and he loves what Rocky was all about, that he had all their jobs because his parents were on there too, and they're like, you know, we tried to get him in the, you know, he was an optometrist for whatever 10 years, and he did this and he did that. The only thing he really loved and was passionate about was Rocky. So he does now a tour in Philadelphia on a bus and takes people to all the shooting locations
for the movie,
Rocky's house, the church, all this stuff, and he dresses up as Rocky, and he's like, and this is, you know, and he does like
oh shit.
#1 tour in Philadelphia.
No kid, and they got a lot going on there with the Liberty Bell and this and that. Holy,
you got to see this stuff. It's like Amazon Prime. I think it's called The Pretender. It's it's heartwarming.
Sounds pretty wild.
At the end, it was like, I can't tell you what happens in the end, but you got to see it.
All right, I'm gonna check it out now. I gotta check it out because I just still can't see that not being weird, but I'll check it out.
It's strange, don't get me wrong, but the guy is such a nice guy. It's hard to like hate on the guy.
All right,
it's a good one. Check that out. All right, guys, I'm gonna go check to see what's going on downstairs in the Winter Wonderland.
All right.
I'll have a report for you next week. If you got time, I got nothing but time this week. Maybe we fire it up again.
Love to. Love to.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the highlight of the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we like to thank everybody for their listenership out there. This is the Pete and Sebastian Show on iHeartRadio. We will see you next week. Thanks once again for listening, and we'll see you soon.
That's it. Good hanging, bro.
Take care.